So here we have some hypothetical exam data. This is actually not quite so hypothetical. This actually comes from a course that I taught previously. I taught one class face-to-face, and I taught one class online. So we can see the sections here. It's either the web or face-to-face. So each row represents an individual student's score on an exam. So we had a couple of people get perfect scores in each section. We had some people not do so well. So we had 42 out of 300 on the web class, but we also had a 3 out of 300 in the face-to-face class. So scores kind of all over the board. So we have to ask ourselves, is face-to-face teaching better than online teaching? We've got some data here, so now can we answer that question? So see if you can figure this out, because this is the kind of data that you'll be faced with. You have to make a decision. You've got some raw data, but how do you actually perform this analysis? So a lot of people are going to be stuck like, a deer in the headlights. Well, maybe I've got some, it looks like I have some higher scores in face-to-face, but I also have some good scores in my web class. So how do we actually do this? Well, I am going to go to File, Options, make sure if I go to Add-ins, I'm going to click Go to manage my Excel add-ins. I want the Analysis tool pack. That's going to help me here. And I am going to go to Data, and I'm going to do Data Analysis. Okay, so I'm going to compare two groups. So I want to do a t-test. And I'll just assume unequal variance because I know these are kind of across the board. I haven't tested for this. I should test for it, but I'm just not going to. I'm going to save some time to do this incorrectly. But there we go. That's what we're going to do. And assuming unequal variance. So the variable range 1, I'm going to select all the exam scores for web. Variable range 2, I'm going to select the exam scores to face-to-face. I'm not going to hypothesize any difference. I honestly don't, know theoretically. Maybe my people on the online class do better because they're self-motivated, possibly. Maybe people who are on the web are less accountable and therefore they don't do as well. It's hard to say. So I'm not hypothesizing any difference. So I'm going to leave this hypothesized mean difference blank. I'm going to leave the alpha at 0.05, and I'll put this in a new worksheet and click Go. All right, Excel creates this for me very quickly. Does not format it very well, so let's clean that up just a little bit. Way too many decimal places here. So I'm going to come home, get rid of some of these decimal places. And I'm going to get rid of some of these decimal places too. 1 decimal place will be fine. Okay, so if I look at the mean, so this is, the first was web, variable 2 is face-to-face. So if I look at the means, there's about a 20-point difference between web and face-to-face. So that's about a 6% difference. Okay, variance, there's a lot of variance there. I had more people in my face-to-face class. That's okay, it's not a problem. This is just kind of an FYI. I didn't make any hypothesis. Now, really, we should be looking at the two-tail test here because I wasn't sure which group would do better. Going into this, I had no preconceived notions about who would do better, web or face-to-face. So I should be looking at this two-tail distribution, and the p-value is 0.163. So that is above the 0.05 level that is typically accepted for statistical significance. So based off of this data alone, I cannot say for sure that web or face-to-face is better than the other. Now it's trending towards indicating that people in face-to-face classes did better on the exam, but statistically that could have just been due to chance. I would need a bigger sample size in order to test this. If I was going for statistical significance, maybe if I tested this same comparison in a class with 200 face-to-face students and 200 online students, I might have found statistical significance, but I didn't find it. So what is my conclusion? What is your conclusion? Looking at this data, what's better, face-to-face or web? Well, if you're looking at this scientifically, you would just have to say, we don't know. It appears that people in face-to-face do better, but we need to do more research. That's the answer. We need to do further investigations. We should not look at these results and say, you know what, throw away online classes because people in face-to-face do better, because the data does not support that conclusion. So it's important to be able to not only conduct the analysis, but interpret the results effectively.